All right, buckle up. We begin this morning with a Fox News alert from President Donald Trump vowing to fight back after being removed from the GOP primary ballot in Colorado. The state Supreme Court ruling that Trump violated the 14th Amendment of the Constitution.
Presidential candidate and former Governor Ron DeSantis and current Florida Governor Ron DeSantis calling it an abuse of power, and the U.S. Supreme Court should reverse the decision.
And they want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. And in the end, they're not after me, they're after you.
Good morning. What a wild turn of events.
Yeah, no.
Who is going to be the next president of the United States? Is that a question for the people of this great country, or is that a question for state courts that...
People in Colorado could lose access to SNAP, Social Security, health insurance, food stamps, and a slew of other things due to the ruling on Trump being ineligible for president. So for those who don't know, Colorado Supreme Court has removed Trump from the state's ballot, and the Senate has introduced a bill to withhold federal funds for states that make such rulings.
Let the band play.
Yeah. Well, I've been in the woods long enough in Louisiana to know that when you look at a distance and you see green britches coming through the brush at a pretty good rate of speed,
there's only one man that can be.
Did you hear the news out of Colorado? That's where the Colorado Supreme Court decided Donald Trump, the former president, who's now the front runner on the Republican side in election 2024, cannot be on the ballot in Colorado. They decided 4-3, the 7-member panel, that Trump, in fact, took part in an insurrection.
We've all been following this the last 24 hours. There's at least 35 cases filed across the U.S. to disqualify Trump from the 2024 ballot. More than a dozen cases across the country remain pending before the courts. Christina, what will happen if the Trump team is unsuccessful in overturning this disqualification?
Oh, I can't imagine a scenario in which they will be unsuccessful. I don't even think it's going to be close. I think it's going to end up being a huge victory for Donald Trump, because it's going to shut down all of the other pending cases. You know, it's very disappointing that we have this ruling from the Colorado Supreme Court, but at the end...
Well, I think this is a political, it's really an attempted legal assassination, but it's masquerading as a legal assassination. It's a political one, obviously. On the merits, I think this is a slam dunk case against the Colorado Supreme Court. On everything that is about legally assassinating Donald Trump, at very worst depriving him of his resources, and also putting maximum pressure on the Supreme Court to try and get it to fold, or worst case, delegitimize that institution, and maybe ultimately, if you're on the left, create a nullification crisis in this country. So
19 states have seceded. The United States Army ramps up activity. The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The three-term president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
Citizens of America, the so-called Western forces of...
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens?
Every instinct in me says this is death.
Flooded.
Every time I survived a war zone, I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? Well, you're American, okay?
Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
I'm not hanging back.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Go, 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 go! God bless America.
We're fed up. In fact, seeing what happened in Colorado tonight, Laura, makes me think, except we believe in democracy in Texas, maybe we should take Joe Biden off the ballot in Texas for allowing 8 million people to cross the border since he's been president, disrupting our state far more than anything anyone else has done in recent history. And so this is so outrageous. 10,000, 12,000, 14,000 people a day.
This, do not adjust your television. And he has more support than ever. Now,